Most people probably think that having a billionaire investor as your dad, Warren Buffett actually, might make your life a life of luxury. Well, despite that family fortune, his kids still have their own path that they have to figure out.
That's right. And Warren's son, musician Peter Buffett, is here. He's written a new book called Life is What You Make It. He's here to give us some important lessons that he's learned from his father and how he was able to really find success in his own life. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Like a very relaxed vibe. I like that.
Yes.
He's a musician.
That's right. Exactly. I'm laid back.
I'm sure you get this question a million times, so I've got to ask it. Having a father like Warren Buffett,
yes.
What would you say is the best piece of advice that you got from your dad?
For sure, and it's why I wrote the book, really, is do what you love. And more than a piece of advice, I watched it every day, which was even more meaningful than having someone tell you that.
Right.
I watched him do what he loved every day, and he said, do that. You know, don't go into business like I am. Don't, you know, if you love it, do it. But just find that passion and go for it.
I am dying to know this. What is it like to grow up and your dad is Warren Buffett? I mean, was it extravagant parties, yachts, all that
no,
stuff?
none of those things. And my dad wasn't Warren Buffett when I was growing up, which is the funniest part of it, is that he has gotten very well known. You know, he's now not just on the financial pages and all that. But when we were kids, we had no idea what he did, you know, and he was just a guy, and he still is just a guy. He drives himself to work. He lives in the house I grew up in.
In Omaha.
In Omaha, Nebraska. I walked to public school when I was a kid. I had the same English teacher my mother had. I mean, it was so Midwestern, and that's who he is.
Is there a lot of pressure,
high five on the Midwest?
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Is there a lot of pressure on you because of who your dad is?
There really isn't. I mean, if I was 20 and my dad was who he is now, sort of, yeah, I think that would be difficult. But because I've had my own life, I've done my own thing, I've got my own successes and failures.
We all do.
You know, that's all.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's really been great because it's allowed me to tell my story. I mean, it's basically people are interested in my story because of who he is and how normal, you know, I am. So it's great.
You're very normal, and you're actually a musician. A lot of people probably don't know that.
Right.
So let's talk about your music, because I actually read on your website you've collaborated with people like Akon.
I know, it's crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's true. 2 songs actually. You know, I started out when I decided that I was going to go into music. I'd loved music all my life. I played piano when I was a little kid. And I went into college. I took everything that ended in 101 or ology because I thought, what am I going to do? And then I realized, my God, it's been music all along. But I didn't say I want to be a pop star. I said I want to get paid and write music. And so,
Smart.
very different. Yeah, exactly.
There's the Warren.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, music for commercials, film, television, and my life is sort of in reverse because I started actually writing pop songs when I got older. Akon heard one of my songs and said, I want to collaborate. And we did a thing that was premiered at the UN, and I perform all the time now, which is just crazy. People would never expect that.
You're living your dream. That's great.
I am, actually.
Going back to your book, though, you have one chapter called No One Deserves Anything. Do you think that people's expectations today are too high and that people don't really want to work hard for what they've got?
I think people feel like, certainly somebody in my position might think they were entitled to something. For instance, my dad's fortune. You know, but the truth is, why would I be? You know, he did great at something. It's like having a great baseball player as a dad. Should I start on second base just because he's good? No, I should go through the ranks and do it myself.
That is a great point. I thank you so much. The book has a lot of great advice in there.
It does.
You can pick up a copy of that. It's Life is What You Make It. Great advice from Peter. Also check out his music as well.